most recent video I posted about Hussein Farhat, whether he's natural or not, and what my opinion is, and my like little feedback from Jeff Nipper, Greg Doucette, and Johnny Shreve, what they had to say. And based on what they had to say, I gave you my feedback on what I had to say. And basically, also, I didn't fall for the clickbait that Greg Doucette put out about them coming clean about him being not natural. Okay, I didn't fall for it. So, anyways, yeah. So give a check to the video. I'm just pulling out of a parking spot here. So I'm driving, so I won't be looking much. But in the meantime, just drop me some comments. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I talk about international drug-free athletics, which is natural bodybuilding. I talk about the fitness influencer gossip, especially when it pertains to natural bodybuilding, such as Hussein Farhat. That's the gossip. That's the gossip right now. That's the big gossip in the natural world, the influencer world. So of course I would only be doing a smart thing for myself if I were to talk about it. So of course I'm going to talk about it. Okay, guys, we got a tight squeeze here. You gotta love these streets in Toronto, right? Okay, there we go. I got through. So yeah, so go check out the video. Go to my page. So it's Shaun Campbell 2.0. Subscribe to the channel first, of course. Go to my page, my channel, and then the video about Hussein Farhat exposed. Go watch that video. It's a good video. You're gonna want to watch to the end. Okay, because I talk about some good stuff near the end. I talk about who are the biggest haters of natural bodybuilding. I talk about that. I talk about how we had some amazing natural bodybuilders grace the IDFA stage that would probably kick Hussein's ass, and they're 100% natural. And I even talk about how would Jeff Nipper do against Hussein Farhat in a natural bodybuilding competition. So, but all that stuff's a little deeper in that video. So you got to check out the video, but go a little deep in it, guys. And then check out, I have another video about there where I called out Greg Doucette saying, Greg, let's help me make natural bodybuilding great again. Let's get HTLT supplements involved. Let's get them possibly sponsoring the events. Let's grow this stuff up, because I know you're a natural bodybuilder by heart. Let's grow natural bodybuilding up. So anyways, guys, yeah, I'm driving. I just dropped off my daughter here. I'm in downtown Toronto. I'm driving home, so I won't really be reading the comments much, only when I stop at lights. But yeah, so I'm just going to be talking here and letting you know about all the latest updates. We got a couple natural bodybuilding competitions coming up, October 19th in Montreal, and then December 13th in Vaughan, Ontario. And we're looking to expand. We're gonna blow things up again. We're gonna make IDFA great again. That's my new slogan. Make IDFA great again. Sounds cheesy, but it's so true, guys. So I got sunlight on me, but I thought there's nothing but, you know what I mean? Going on a YouTube live or not going on a YouTube live, what's better for my business? Going on a YouTube live. So I said, you know what? If I'm going to be driving home by myself and I got time to talk, let's go on YouTube live and let's talk. Because you can never be on, like when you're trying to build up your social media, you can never be on social media too much. You know what I mean? Unless you're just talking, unless you're doing something that's going to reflect badly on your business, which this isn't. I'm talking about my business. I'm talking about checking out my videos. I'm talking about subscribe to my channels. I'm letting you know who I am, the real me, Shaun Campbell 2.0. And unfortunately, guys, I'm driving into the sun, so you're seeing a lot of weird shadows and stuff on me, but that's okay. This is real life. So if you have any questions for me or that, just drop them in the comments, because when I hit stoplights or I get to my destination, I'm going to stop at a grocery store. So when I get to the parking lot, I'll answer. So just hang with me until then. So if you guys leave me a message, I'll get back to you. Again, double tap on the video. Drop a comment on here. If you have an opinion about Farhat, Hussein Farhat, I keep wanting to call him Farhat, because I used to know a guy back in the day called Farhad. So just Farhat just sounds like a cool first name. But Hussein Farhat, If you have an opinion about him, go to the video that I just posted about him being natty or not, right? Or 1 in a million or whatever, right? I give you my opinion on that a little bit into the video. At first, I talk about what Greg Doucette, Jeff Nippard, and Johnny Shreves, what their opinions are. And then I, based on their opinions and what I know and my opinion on natural bodybuilding, I give my opinion. And I have a pretty good opinion in natural bodybuilding because I've been around a lot of great natural bodybuilders for like 20 years, guys. I've been running natural bodybuilding competitions for 20 years, so I have a pretty good idea of what good natural bodybuilders look like and what genetics actually look like. There is a thing called genetics. There is this 1 in a million you're talking about. They're out there where it just doesn't make sense how they can look like that naturally, right? It just doesn't make sense because they respond differently than we all do. Like I would consider myself just your average guy genetics, right? How I respond to weight training and all that stuff and how they respond to it is just different. Or there's the muscle insertions, the muscle lengths, all that stuff, how the muscle fullness. That's all genetic, guys. Some of the stuff and your how wide your shoulders are, your clavicles, how small your hips are. These are all genetics, guys. There's only so much you can do. We can all be the best versions of ourselves, but genetics are huge. Genetics play a big thing. So keep that in mind when you're judging people for being natural or not natural and all that stuff, right? Just look at it and say, does that if that guy had good genetics, is that possible? If you see major side effects and stuff, yes, that's not genetics, that's side effects. But when these guys have no side effects, yet they have all these benefits of great muscle mass and great muscle insertions, full muscle bellies, all that stuff, that's just genetics, man. They, yeah. Because I was talking to another genetic freak recently on Instagram Live, which I'll probably try and make a video about him soon. Emmanuel Paris, which used to be a sprinter for the Canadian Olympic team, and then he just dabbled in natural bodybuilding for just a brief second, and he came and won the novice overall in an IDFA show in Calgary. Then he came into Edmonton, Alberta, and he won his pro card in the IDFA. So that's called genetics. This guy was a genetic phenom, right? So if anyone's on here, guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. I talk about natural bodybuilding. I talk about workouts. I get my face in the sun. I drive into the sun. Some guy beside me is cranking his music, so that's pretty cool. So I'm in downtown Toronto still. Well, I'm almost out and onto the highway, but I'm gonna hit a grocery store before I go home. But yeah, so if you just want to talk about anything natural bodybuilding, so you should just subscribe to my channel because you can just make some comments on my videos. I talk about natural bodybuilding. I talk about workouts. I talk about motivation. I talk about just everything to do with natural bodybuilding. That's why I'm talking about Hussein Farhat, because I'd only be an idiot not to talk about the most controversial fake natty in the land, in the world almost, right? He's a fake natty that's getting the most exposure for being whether he's a fake natty or not, but he's opened up the biggest talk about himself in the fake natty world that he's gotten huge exposure. I'm hearing a lot of crazy music just cranking over here. I think it's this truck in front of me, but it's loud. You know, some people just rig their vehicles up with like the loudest sound systems going, and it's just wild how loud it is. It's like I'm in a club. It's kind of cool though. He's playing music I like, so that's all right. I'm getting close to jumping near the highway. So when I jump near the highway, there's a grocery store right before I jump on the highway. So it makes no sense what jumping near the highway means. But basically the next couple lights here, I'm going to be at the grocery store. And it's a no frills, but it's a really nice no frills. Because they got it's basically like a superstore no frills, where they got like a meat dip, they got everything there. Like more than normal, right? Like it's just kick ass. like literally, well, basically, I'm turning left here and I'm going into the parking area. So it's like a Plaza Mall type vibe. So I'm gonna be jumping in there, and at that time, I can jump on my live and see who made. If you guys have any comments, this would be the time to do it. I'm gonna be jumping into a parking lot right now, and I'll have time to go on and answer questions and stuff and talk. So if you're on here, say hi. Say hi now. This be for me to actually get back to you because I'm pulling in right now to No Frills. So I'm going to be in the parking lot in a second, and I'm going to park my car. If this guy would ever drive ahead. You know, when you have one guy ahead of you really going really slow, it's like, what the hell? Because you're looking like, do I see anything? Am I missing something here? Why are we going so slow? But we have a lot in this world. We have a lot of distracted drivers. I know you're gonna say, Shaun, aren't you a distracted driver right now? Not really, because I'm very focused on the road right now. I'm very focused on what's in front of me. Basically, you know, when you're talking to yourself, I feel like I'm just talking to myself. I'm talking about like all the updates and all that stuff that's been going on in the with me and with IDFA, stuff that I want people to know about, and this is the time to talk about. So I want you guys to go check out these videos I've been posting, and let's get rocking and rolling. So yeah, I just got here. I pulled over. We are parked, guys. So no one busts my balls about driving and talking. I'm parked car right now. So if anyone's on here, jump in right now. My seatbelt's off. My car's turned off. I'm in the parking lot. I'm at No Frills. I'm going to buy a lot of food because I use PC Optimum points, and I've got a lot of PC Optimum points, guys. So I'm going to go in here and get a lot of, not a lot. I got $50 worth of points to go spend in here. So if I spend anything up to $50, it's going to be free almost. But they round it to like, say if it's $45.96, I can use $40 worth of my points. I pay $5.96 type thing. So I'm probably gonna spend less than $10 in here, but I'm gonna walk out of here with all kinds of groceries because I got optimum points that I build from shopping at Shoppers. So yeah, guys. So who's watching UFC? If anyone's on here right now, are you watching UFC 319 tonight? Because I'm gonna do that. I might even go on live while I'm doing it just to shoot the shit with you guys. But there's some really good fights. Khamzat against Duplessis, and it's gonna be wild. There's another couple other good fights. I can't remember what they are right now. Aaron Pico. I can't remember who he's fighting, but Aaron Pico is debut fight with UFC. I'm looking forward to that. I've always been a huge fan of Aaron Pico. I love how he's an amazing wrestler, and he's also got hands of a boxer. People said he's like a really high level amateur boxer if he were to ever box. He never had to box. He just picked it up for MMA because he's wanted to learn striking because he's an amazing wrestler. So he went and picked up striking. So anyways, guys, so whoever's on here, subscribe to the channel. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. If you go to my channel right now, there's a hot video I just posted today. The hot topic of the world is fake natty Hussein Farhat, right? I did a video on him on what I think about his natty status. Okay, and then I also go on some rants about other stuff about who the biggest haters of natural bodybuilding are. Let's make IDFA great again. I talk about Johnny Shreve made really good points about Hussein Farhat that I talk about in there. Greg Doucette talks about Hussein Farhat being 1 in a million, which is true. And then he also talks about him being involved with HTLT. I talk about him being involved with HTLT supplements. And then we all know that Jeff Nipper did blood work on Hussein Farhat, at least so allegedly did blood work. It's all, I don't think they would lie about it, but hey, it is social media. We are looking at cameras. We are looking at the influencer world. We are on social media. So you got to just basically watch stuff and just judge it for yourself, whether it's fake or not fake, whether it's whatever. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these drama situations, because some of these comedians admit to, yeah, I get into drama with other comedians all the time on YouTube. It's all fake. It's just for the hype. Why wouldn't the fitness influencers do the same thing? Why wouldn't Greg Doucette seems to have a lot of drama with a lot of people. Do you think that's by coincidence or by accident? No. He's a smart guy. He knows how to grow business. He even did another one saying, "Oh, Hussein Farhat's going to come clean." We all, well, not we all know. Everyone was falling for it. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Okay, clickbait." So I went and watched the video, and at first I'm like, "Holy shit, man! They're really hanging in strong in this video. But then at the end of the video, no spoiler alert, they say, oh, it's all fake. That was a fake video. We were acting that whole video. Hussein Farhat is natural. He never went on a cycle for 16 weeks like they're trying to, like they were saying, just to get people clickbaited, and it worked. Of course, it's not hard to clickbait people. I never do clickbait just because I always feel weird. I'm one of those guys who's terrible at joking, like doing practical prank or whatever, because I can't with a straight face. I'm not good at lying with a straight face, and some people are just fucking excellent. So I can't prank. I'm not good at pranking people. But anyways, Greg Doucette and them, they did a good job pranking people, right? They're good at this. They're good at the drama. I guess if I had an incentive and I was making millions of dollars off YouTube, I might get into the drama too. But then again, you could say, hey, I'm talking about Hussein Farhat right now. Isn't that part of the drama? Well, yes. Okay, so I'm in the drama. I'm enjoying the drama. I've even talked about Wes Watson before, so I'm in the drama a little bit, right? Not in-depth crazy. I'm not monetized on here, so I'm making no money, guys. I want to get monetized. Hey there, Dean, or Tyanawan Dean, or what's the name? Is it Dean? It'd be easy for me if it was Dean. Anyways, hi, I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. Thanks for checking it out. Subscribe to the channel if you're on here, guys. I see there's about 10 people on here now. Subscribe to the channel. You're a noob here? Hey, Ham, subscribe to the channel as well. Everyone who jumps on here, subscribe to the channel. I talk about some fun stuff. I talk about natural bodybuilding. I talk about some of the influencer gossip. Obviously, I'm talking about Hussein Farhat. So I do talk about the gossip, and that's a natty or not. And I run natural bodybuilding competitions. So what better topic to get in on than the natty or nots? Because I'm used to seeing great natural. I'm not saying Hussein's great or not, but just good people with great genetics who have great physiques getting hated on for not being natural when I've been around it long enough that I know what, like, shit. I know for me, when I was a skinny kid, and I don't have great genetics and all that stuff, and I saw the results I got from working out. And I always thought to myself, imagine what these guys who have great genetics, what kind of results they would get. And that's what we're starting to see, because we're seeing more and more people doing natural bodybuilding. So you're seeing more and more people with great genetics getting into the sport and getting crazy results that people aren't used to seeing, because you're seeing people with great genetics taking their training serious to step on stages, especially with now that we got classic physique, men's physique, all these things. People feel more comfortable to get on stage. And same with the competitors in women's division. You got these girls, maybe they're ex-gymnasts and stuff, doing figure and fitness model and bikini and all these things. And you're like, holy shit, look at their physiques. Yeah, they have great genetics, and they've been gymnasts or athletes all their lives, so they have just great physiques. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I might jump back on here again for part 2. So this is part 1. I'm going into No Frills right now to buy some groceries. So part 2, I'll let you know what I bought at No Frills, and then whatever, I might eat some cookies on the way home, just because I'm going to let myself have some cheap food right now, and I can't wait to buy a box of cookies and dive right in. It's all about balance, guys. I never said I was perfect. All right, until next time.